to another edition of the WWE Radio Podcast. Joining me this evening for our Clash of Champions review show and all the other stuff in between, Chucks and Will. How you guys doing? Hold on, let's see. Oh, hey, there we go. Let's try this again. Welcome, everybody, to the Clash of Champions review show here on IWC Radio. Hopefully, that's not a sign of things to come. So, apparently, on Thursday, a construction crew took out a wire, like a fiber optic cable, and we were without cable for like 5.5 hours on Thursday, and ever since it came back on, it's been real kind of flaky. So that's why, that's why we had that little hiccup there. But I think we're all good now. I kind of looked away. I should have paid a little bit more attention, so I think part of the intro got cut off there. But yeah, Will, Chucks, how you guys doing? There we go. Finally.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, good. Great to hear.
Chuck's here.
Yeah, is he? Might have gotten a drink and just dipped away.
I was muted the whole time, wasn't I? I was muted for the intro.
That's fine.
And then I was telling lots of funny jokes, and you couldn't hear any of them.
Oh, trust me, it's fine.
Time's passed now. I can't do it.
It's okay.
You really had to be there.
Only you were there?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was having a great time over here. It's the best radio we've ever done, I think.
All right.
Unfortunately, could never be recreated.
I just realised when we went live then, it's just 290.
Yeah.
10 away from the big 300.
Yeah.
That's quite an achievement.
Yeah, and we have nothing to show for it.
You don't really sound that bothered about it.
300.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. What would the actual milestone be? Because 300 isn't 6 years. 6 times 52 is 312.
Okay.
We've got to wait another 12 weeks for it to be 6 full years.
I can't take credit for the first couple of years. It only got good when after about 3 years in.
Fair enough.
I think you're on fairly early, on episode 30 or something. Yeah.
No, it was a while.
Oh, really?
I'd say it was at least a year, if not longer.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, and like you and Beans and obviously Bushman, you were all talking about it, and I think I threatened a few times of joining, but then didn't. And then I just kind of popped up one week and never looked back.
Yeah.
The opposite of Beans. Then he was here, and then he threatened a couple of times to go away and didn't, and then he just did.
We also had Beans had that writing gig for a while. For like WrestleZone.
Oh yeah.
A WrestleZone,
yeah. I think they kicked him.
And they kicked everyone.
Yeah, that's true too.
Even Nick got the sack eventually.
Really?
What a rare, anyway.
Interesting. So how are you guys doing? Like, what was your weeks like here?
I've been off work all week, so I've done precisely nothing. So.
Well, that's excellent.
I was, funny enough, because Beans, we did speak to Beans earlier on, he's not seen any wrestling this week. Same for you, I think, Chuck. You've not seen anything?
I've not seen anything since. Was there a pay-per-view? I feel like there was a pay-per-view.
There was, yeah.
Okay, well.
Clash of Champions, Gold Rush.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my Gold Rush. Yeah.
Tagline there.
Because I've been off this week, I've seen everything.
Wow.
I've all the Clash of Champions, all of Raw. I even watched AEW live.
Really?
Yeah. That's live. The only thing I haven't seen was NXT. So. Anyway.
That's impressive.
That is.
I remember being that kind of a fan.
I must admit, I did tap out about half an hour before the end of Raw because I just had enough.
Yeah, I think
It
we've
was
all had
half.
enough of Raw.
It was 3 in the morning. I was hearing Tom Phillips too much. So I thought, shut it, I'm going to bed. So yeah, that's my week.
Yeah.
All I know
sounds
about
fair
Raw
to
is
me.
that like Randy Orton had like welder's glasses or something.
He did, yeah. I seen it afterwards. He did. Yeah, we're now using night vision in storylines
Why?
because you know why not?
Because you'll never see it coming.
We never see it coming, literally. Yeah.
You'll never see it coming because you're just blinded in the dark.
Blind at night, yeah.
I guess we can kind of cover what happened here on Raw and whatnot. I guess that's a nice segue here. This is the first time I've seen it. I did hear bits and pieces about it. Apparently, Robert Roode came back.
Oh,
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
A pretty good match actually. Him and McIntyre,
Yeah.
which I'm not really surprised because they had a pretty good feud in NXT. So
Asuka defeated Zelina Vega. Keith Lee defeated Andrade. R-Truth, Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak and Akira Tozawa traded the 24/7 title. Okay. Apparently, R-Truth is on his 41st reign as the 24/7 champion.
yeah.
Seth Rollins revealed Aaliyah Mysterio and Murphy's secret DMs. I'm sure that was awful.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Mandy Rose defeated.
What were they saying to each other? The secret DMs.
Well, I have this. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's pull this up.
There's a screen grab somewhere because he put it on the Titan drum.
Let me see here. And the interview was done in the ring, conducted by Jerry Lawler for some reason.
For some reason, they had the Mysterio sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
Don't quite know what that was all about.
Oh my god. Here we go. Let's show this up on the screen here if we can. Yeah, look at this. It's like, hey, I just wanted to apologize again. Thank you. I hope you're doing okay. I'm fine. It's just been a lot. I get it, but if you want to talk about it, I'm here. I might just take you on that offer. By the way, happy birthday. Does it get any more in depth than that? Hold on. Just jumping around. So Aaliyah's upset over that, and then she just storms off, and then Buddy Murphy's like, "What are you doing talking about my girl like that? I'm 30, she's 19. Let's go."
What I didn't get all about this, the whole thing was, it was actually Lawler that said we've got the texts.
Oh my god.
Linked to putting them on the screen, so it was actually his fault.
Of course it is.
I don't know. I don't know. He just said we've got the text, and then he went to the screen. So it was actually his fault, but no one seemed to acknowledge that.
Kevin Owens defeated Aleister Black by disqualification. More 24/7 nonsense. Murphy defeated Dominic Mysterio, whose initials are DM. By the way, I'd just like to point that out.
That's true.
Let's see. Mustafa Ali and Apollo Crews and Ricochet defeated the Hurt Business. That's weird. And McIntyre defeated Robert Roode in the main event after all of that. So.
Yeah, that was probably the only upside. The main event was pretty good. But like I said, these two had good matches before in NXT. So.
Yeah, and then all of the Randy Orton nonsense apparently as well.
Yeah, that was like literally the last thing. Even after the main event, you saw Randy Orton was hiding backstage dressed as a cleaner.
Yeah.
So after the main event finished, you thought the show was finished.
Do you mean dressed as a janitor or dressed as Kenny Omega?
Yeah, I was about to say taking the piss from Kenny Omega.
And then, yeah, because all through the night, because we'll get to Clash of Champions later, but Big Show and Christian and Shawn Michaels got involved in McIntyre's match.
Yeah.
So all through the night on Raw, they were celebrating by playing cards in a suite in the arena. Let's not watch the show. Let's just play cards instead. Yeah. And then that was literally the very last thing you saw was Orton entering the room. And it was like, remember when Batista came back and battered Ric Flair?
Yeah.
It was a bit like that, because you seen the lights go off and then you just heard loads of chain noises and like Batman noises. Power.
Because you can't actually hit any of those guys. They're all too broken.
Well, exactly. And then the lights came back on, and then they rolled on the floor, and Orton was stood there like an evil genius with his night vision goggles on.
Because he can beat them up in the dark with his
Yeah.
night vision goggles.
Yeah.
Well,
So it was like a 80s bad film. There's night vision, so don't know what's going to come of that, because I imagine there'll be repercussions, as they say.
Yeah, maybe. Real quick on SmackDown, sorry. Otis defeated John Morrison for some reason. Okay. Sheamus defeated Shorty G, so we're back to that.
Yeah.
Matt Riddle, Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik defeated King Corbin, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro. Again, for some reason. One sec here, hold on. It just seems like this was like randomly thrown together matches.
It was a bit. Yeah.
Sami Zayn defeated Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental Championship. And yeah, that was about it. Okay, so SmackDown was just pretty much nothing. I really didn't hear much chatter coming out of... Oh, there you go. I did hear that.
Yeah, that was well. It's a bit late, wasn't it?
Just a tad.
yeah, it was a bit of a late one, but I needed it. That's a grape soda.
What kind of
Grape soda?
An old Jamaica grape soda.
What? All right, I've never heard of it, but okay.
It's... In fact, yeah, I think they've changed the recipe of this as well. It tastes like aspartame.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, man.
That's not good.
It was so good. And now it's
It's just a shit.
So
Well,
bad.
how old is it?
not that old. So water, sugar, citric acid, flavorings, colors, preservative, sweetener. It's got sucralose in it.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow,
Right
that'll
there.
do it.
Yep. It's got that
Oh, I've
fake
seen
soda.
this in bottles, actually. I haven't seen the can. I've seen it in bottles.
Ah. Oh, man. I was really looking forward to that. I finally got something that isn't Coke.
Grape,
Yeah,
though.
That's what
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that big over here, grape soda.
No.
It's actually pretty nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not tried it, to be honest. It's just, I'm not a big fan of grape, so.
Even Fanta's alright over here. Grape Fanta.
I don't think I've had the grape Fanta.
It's okay.
Hmm.
I guess we should get into the review thing here. I do have a just a brisk iced tea. There we go.
Oh,
I'm great. I'm a glass of warm Fanta.
There you go. Oh, there you go. See, now you need
Fanta orange.
Yeah. Oh, it's orange. Never mind. Even orange Fanta's okay, but I wouldn't like have it on a constant basis.
We only really get Fanta orange here. So occasionally you might be looking around a different flavour, but
Really?
it's mainly orange. Yeah.
Interesting.
mm. Right. Oh man, I'm so not ready for predictions.
Yeah.
What was the show called?
Clash of Champions Gold Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Gold Rush, Clash of Champions. There you go. I've got that one. I've got that right here. Right. So there's a match that we need to clarify before we start. It looks like it's not listed here. Bailey and Nikki Cross didn't happen.
That's right.
No.
But Nikki was replaced. Right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, do we count the predictions we made as the same?
I would say no.
You would say no, even though you would get a point if you said yes.
I mean, technically, I did say the winner of the match is Nikki.
You did. And Nikki wasn't there.
That's right.
I can't remember the predictions, actually, so I don't really know. But...
You predicted that Bailey would lose, though. That's the point. And
Yeah.
that part. So I don't know. I thought maybe someone would dispute this one, or.
I think if you picked Bailey and Bailey won.
No, it's the opposite of that. we picked Nikki and Asuka won.
Yeah.
Oh, you might have done. I didn't.
You did. You picked Bailey. Yeah. So you don't get a point either way.
I would probably just scratch it off because it's
just throw it out.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's a shame. We're losing 2 matches on this show. And haven't actually done the additions yet, but I think I've done badly here. Fill for time.
Oh, sorry. So supposedly one of these matches was going to be on the pre-show. I think it was Asuka's Lena Vega, and yet that was on the main card. I don't recall what was on the pre-show. What got swapped. I don't know if anybody.
I can't remember myself, actually.
If anybody watched it. If not, that's fine. It's no big deal.
I did watch
Pre-show
it.
was the SmackDown tag titles.
That's right, it was. Yeah.
Cesaro Nakamura
Oh, okay.
beating Kalisto and Lince Dorado.
So it was Shania and
Yeah,
Nikki, wasn't it? They were the 3.
Yeah.
Shania Payne.
They were not medically cleared, supposedly.
Yeah, they weren't saying really. They were being very cagey about that. They weren't saying exactly what it was.
Has it come out what it was?
I don't think it has, no.
'Cause there is one very obvious thing that it could be.
Yeah, enhanced liver enzymes.
Well, I think everyone kind of came to that conclusion anyway, that it was something to do with COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, COVID. Yeah, that's another thing it could be. Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Liver I mean, obviously.
Oh, well...
Yeah, liver enzymes. Come on, look at
Stop playing
what
that
else.
one out. But then, I think it was someone pretty high profile on Twitter, I can't remember who it was, basically said, don't come to jump to conclusions, it might not be what you think it is.
So it's COVID.
So it's probably COVID. Apparently there's a story going around that there was someone in NXT held a party.
Yeah.
And there's been a little bit of an outbreak from there. There's no confirmation of who was there or who got what, but
No shocker.
it's a bit weird that 3 people
Yeah.
were just pulled from the card straight away. So it could be something else, but even if it's not, even if it's COVID.
Yeah.
You're saying
Spanish
that at
flu.
some point in the last couple of weeks, there was a party with Shania Payne and Nikki Cross, all in the same place,
Maybe not.
partying together.
Maybe not that, but just they caught the germs from it.
Well, all it would take if, let's say, Nikki went to the party. I don't know what your names. Let's say wrestler A went to the party and then came home, who might live near wrestler B and C.
I just can't imagine wrestlers A, B, and C being friends.
Maybe
No, but-
wrestler A, B, and C all touched like the same doorknob and spread germs.
Exactly. They might be in the same area. Yeah.
But it's only those 3. That's the strange part. It's not like Alexa Bliss. Well, although maybe, because I haven't seen her either.
Wrestler D.
Wrestler D, sorry, Wrestler D. And Wrestler B especially, I can't imagine being friends with anyone.
Wow.
I'll let you work out which one wrestler B.
I think I figured it out.
Although she has been seen with two friends regularly in NXT.
Wrestler E and F.
Wrestlers E and
God.
F.
He's going down the alphabet.
There's no word on them. They're out.
just for legal reasons, we can't. You can neither confirm or deny wrestlers A, B, C, or D have COVID or have had COVID.
No. But they
Probably did, yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Anyway, where do you want to start?
Anyway,
We all got a
we'll
point
start
on the pre-show.
with Wrestler A and Wrestler B defeating Wrestler C and Wrestler D
God.
with Wrestler E for the SmackDown tag titles on the pre-show.
Yeah, there we go. Point all around.
That is points all round. Pre-show, strong start. So, did you guys say you didn't watch it?
Right.
I did. I can't remember what was on it. Yeah, I can't remember the match at all, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm sure it was fine. There's a lot of talent in there.
Do you need a new name for Cesaro and Nakamura? Because that's too long.
Wrestler A and Wrestler B.
Well, yeah.
Are they going to be a team long term? Is this going to be like the next Bar, or are they just going to lose the belts and that be it?
I think it's to an end right now. They're just giving something to do.
Yeah.
Give them Sheamus. Bring him back. They can be the extended Bar.
Extend
The Bar extension. Yeah. The karaoke bar. There you go. That'll do it. Nakamura's Japanese, obviously. That's the stereotype there.
Yeah.
Don't give Vince any ideas.
Oh, you can have that one. You can have that for free. Next up, the main show opened. Wow, so I want someone else to run this down because this was crazy. The triple threat ladder match for the IC title. Sami Zayn beat Jeff Hardy and AJ with some handcuffs.
Yeah, he pulled out the handcuffs and hooked it through Hardy's ear and handcuffed him to a ladder with it. It was great.
And then handcuffed AJ to himself.
Yeah.
So he couldn't climb either.
Yeah.
There was a lot of craziness before all of this, obviously. They had like a fairly long ladder match with lots of ladder bumps and some fairly brutal stuff. Especially Zayn, he was all sliced up in the back. He looked like Dominic Mysterio.
Oh my god.
I was like towards the end after Zayn had handcuffed Jeff to the ladder, and then you just see Jeff walking around with a ladder attached to him.
Yeah.
Like some kind of bug from 2K20.
It did look like that.
It's a clever idea, though.
It was different.
Yeah, it's something I definitely wasn't expecting, that's for sure.
No?
I don't know if they're going to be... I don't know if anybody's going to ever top something like that, but in terms of cleverness, it was definitely up there for sure.
So at the end, Sami Zayn had handcuffed himself to AJ, then he had the key in his mouth at one point, and when AJ was distracted, he unhooked himself from the cuffs and cuffed AJ to the ladder.
Right, yeah.
Then climbed up, and Zayn, the rightful champion, is now recognized as the champion again.
I was thinking afterwards, could you imagine if he dropped that key?
Yeah.
Screw up the whole thing.
Yeah, he would have had to have pulled AJ down, I guess, to then pick up the key and then do the spin.
Yeah, that would be funny.
This means that me and Will lose. We thought Hardy would retain. Smoot and Beans picked Zayn.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, that whole,
Paid off.
giving the title to people who, had it before this whole thing broke out.
It does seem that's what they were doing. I think we said that last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
It has worked out that way.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be totally the opposite, that they would punish him for leaving.
Well, that's kind of what we're led to believe would happen in today's WWE, but maybe not.
No, he now has the belt. Which now means we don't have any more. Let's see if I can remember what this was called. It was the phenomenal something of statistics system, right?
Okay.
AJ's ranking for challenges. The phenomenal. What's I? Intercontinental statistics system.
I don't remember.
Be sad to see that go. The joke was that it spells piss. That's the,
Oh,
Okay.
I mean,
I wasn't sure where you're going with that. Sorry.
no, that's not my joke. I can't take credit for that one. That funny joke was legitimately on SmackDown about a month ago. Remember the segment with Joe Park in the ring and
yeah.
Jeff Hardy?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that whiteboard, that was his piss.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sad to see that go.
And I started the episode of Impact in the middle of SmackDown.
I'd take that at this point. I'd much prefer an Up Impact.
Sure. Thanks.
Bring back the Aces and Eights. Next up was the Raw Women's title. Asuka beat Zelina Vega about 7 minutes. That's a point for everyone. If anyone's got anything to say about this one.
It was just, it was a match. I mean, it felt like it had no build.
Yeah.
Was it on this bit or was it on Raw when Asuka was just shouting at it?
I think it was here.
Yeah, it was.
Because, like, she said that Zelina's a very noble competitor and all that, and then she slapped Asuka at the end, and that's when she was like, "Arr!"
That's right. Yeah, because it wasn't long after the tag match with Cesaro and Nakamura. I know there was a match in between, but it wasn't. It was still in my head. And when Asuka was shouting at Selena, it sounded like if you watch it back, it literally sounded like she's singing Nakamura's theme tune.
Oh my god. I don't know about that.
Okay, so that's that one. Points for everyone. That's cool. US title.
Did I put on a day? Sorry.
The full Bobby Lashley beat Apollo Crews
Hey, Bob.
by submission. By submission, no less. This was not Crews' chance to regain his belt. Lashley is still the US champion, and we all got a point for that one too.
Damn right.
Hey, Bobby.
Anything about the hurt locker, the hurt business? Apollo Crews and Ricochet, are they going anywhere? What's going on here?
There was a rumor Ricochet was planning for his way out, wasn't there? But I don't know if he still is. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. He's kind of done nothing for last year or so, hasn't he?
Alright then, if that's that, then Street Profits beat Andrade and Angel Garza. They shouldn't have, but they did.
Damn right.
Damn right. That's a win for you, Smoot, and you will. Not for me and Beans, though. I think this is the wrong move.
I mean, considering the shoulder was up and the referee didn't see it.
I mean, it was literally the wrong move. Yeah. It's a bad call. The announcer's
I
called
don't
it.
kind of get what happened, because obviously Garza got injured, didn't he? That's obvious. But then I don't see why they just didn't carry on the match. I mean, it still was a tag match. He didn't have to be involved unless, I don't know, he could have carried on with just one for the finish. I don't see why I had to finish there at that point.
And if it was going to finish there, why did he kick out?
Well, yeah.
It was,
Bit of miscommunication, I think, between the back and...
Dawkins was not happy about it.
He wasn't.
Oh, he was not.
You just retained the Raw Tag Team titles. He's pissed. Just pretend. Just pretend for a while.
Yeah.
That's basically your job.
I couldn't quite see what actually happened to Garza because he just kind of froze. And then you saw the referee check him, and then he threw up the X, and then he disappeared. So I didn't quite know why. They're saying it's something to do with his hip, aren't they?
Was anything said about it on Raw the next night?
No, no.
Really? Wow. Huh.
But I'm pretty sure one of their cheats saying it's his hip. So
That's not good.
Then we had Bailey and Nikki Cross. Obviously, Nikki Cross is out with something, probably elevated liver enzymes, or I don't know, some kind of cold or flu, maybe something like that.
Yeah, Spanish flu.
The Spanish flu, possibly, could be.
cold or flu type virus.
Who knows? Yeah.
Respiratory illness.
Some respiratory illness that they don't want to spread to anyone else. That would be my guess. Flu season's coming up. Don't want any outbreaks, so they're being careful. Which is sensible.
It's unusual because no one really high profile's got it yet.
No, that's true. Yeah, we're doing a great job of not spreading that around too much. Flu-like symptoms, coughs and colds, and sneezing and lack of loss of taste and smell.
Taste and smell, yeah.
Taste and smell, and some aches maybe, and just about every other symptom that people are said to maybe have or maybe not have. I don't know. I don't know. She could have anything or nothing. Maybe it's just a headache. Maybe not even that. Maybe she just didn't want to show up to work. No, I don't know.
Duvet day?
Duvet day, yeah. She's allowed a duvet day. On the night that she was supposed to be in a women's title match. Just decided, not for me. Not for me, this match. She was replaced by Asuka, though, who then, in, I guess the second pay-per-view running, was in both women's title matches. That's history. That's making history.
Yeah, it will be, won't it?
And she beat Bailey by disqualification, which I'm pretty sure is the finish that Smoot called last week. Pretty sure he went for Nikki, thinking that it would be a disqualification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
Yeah, it's a hell of a call. Unfortunately, no points for anyone because we just agreed not to give points out. I don't know. That was a freebie. Try and help a guy.
It's in the interest of fairness for Beans,
He would complain. So nothing there. Ambulance match was up next for the WWE title. Drew McIntyre beat Randy Orton via total screwjob. Randy Orton, sympathetic babyface, was beaten up by everyone. Big Show came back and punched him. He looked weird with no beard, by the way.
Yeah.
Ric Flair came back. Shawn Michaels kicked him. There was no Christian, wasn't there? Was there a Christian?
Yeah, he was in catering.
Christian was there. Yeah. Just no Edge.
He was hanging out in the back with all them rugs.
That's right, all the rugs on the wall, like it was in Russia.
What the hell was that about?
I don't know. Why are
That was
rugs
weird.
on the wall?
It looked like some kind of market stall of rugs.
It's Raw Underground. It was rug. It was the whole time. I've been
No,
telling
it
telling you for weeks. That was the new Raw Underground set. It's definitely called rug.
Hey, keep her on the low with the Raw Underground stuff. They forgot this week.
Really?
If we don't say anything, just might not do it again.
Oh, that was the best part of the show. So McIntyre wins, throws Orton into the ambulance, and Ric Flair drives it off.
He did, yeah, sorry. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Just sat there, manically laughing.
Yeah, strange one.
They were waiting for something, I don't know if you noticed, because after the match had finished, and he shut the door, and there were just an awkward pause for a couple of minutes where McIntyre didn't quite know what to do. And they were obviously waiting.
They were trying to sneak Flair into the driver's
That's it, yeah, there must have been it.
Couldn't you just been in there?
I don't know about that. I was hoping it would have been Keith Lee, you know? But I guess
that would have been something.
That would have been a good move. Yeah.
I guess they forgot about him.
Anyway, so that's points for you two again. You thought that McIntyre would retain. Me and Beans thought it was Orton's time. It was Orton's time. Screwed him over.
Time to be a welder.
Yeah, time to be a night vision welder.
Tell you what is annoying me lately, Samoa Joe.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
Really?
He said, what did he say? Was it about Orton where he said he was leaking and not the way he was expecting or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Strange line.
And every time McIntyre hits the Glasgow kiss,
Oh, yeah.
he shouts, "Give us a kiss."
It's like the new Michael Cole.
It is.
I don't need
Give us a kiss.
No, thank you.
Then the main event was Roman Reigns beating Jey Uso when the other Uso threw in a towel.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to think about this one.
Yeah, there's still
A lot of chatting on that one as well.
Oh yeah,
There was a whole bunch of trash talking and things like that.
yeah. It felt more like a segment than a match. It was there was a lot of story in there.
Yeah.
I didn't have his usual bulletproof thing on either.
No.
Oh, he was shirtless. That was the other notable thing.
Yeah, Twitter seemed very approving of that. This was good.
Yeah, it's alright. It's obviously getting taken further, judging by what happened on SmackDown as well. So.
Oh, I don't know about that. I have to get to that. This one, they played up that the three, Reigns and both Usos, have been childhood friends, you know, going all the way back. Grew up together, and they were always like brothers and brothers at the same time. But that Reigns was always the bigger one, and he would beat them up. And they actually said that he would kick our asses like when we were kids. And now they're in the WWE, and he is the big dog. He's the champion all the time.
Chief.
He's the top guy. He's the tribal chief. He's, you know, Vince's favorite. And these other guys are just the tag team. And they're a good tag team, but they're not main eventers. They're not, you know, they're not the big dogs.
Mm.
So they're playing that up, and Reigns is trying to get Jey Uso to call him the tribal chief, accept me as your tribal chief. And playing up that he was the bully in this match. And I thought he played it very well. He's still Roman Reigns, and it's still Jey Uso, and I don't really care about either of them.
Yeah,
But I thought what they did was pretty good.
Well, people have said for a long time, haven't they? He'd make a good heel, so he does.
Yeah, he does. We'll see where that goes. For now, it's points all round. Reigns, and Will predicted that Leaky would win. And I guess he did.
It counts.
It still count. He's leaky, but not the way we were expecting. So at the end of all of that, I had a pretty poor night. I got 4 out of 7. It should have been 5, because I think that Nikki match should have but it's fine. I'm not bitter. Beans got 5, a legit 5. Will got 6. Smoot somehow, out of nowhere, I never saw it coming. He achieved the gold rush, a full house, 7 out of 7, an amazing night for you, perfect predictions. And yeah, that puts us on out of 43 total. Beans behind on 28, then me on 29, and both of you guys now. Smoot and Will on 30 out of 43. It's a close one.
It is.
It's all change.
You're I'm a bit of a Man City, aren't you, Touch?
Yeah, that's funny. See what you've done there. Not doing that bad. I'm in 3rd right now, in 11th.
Yeah, it's very strange that I'm doing well in the WWE department, but not on AEW, the one I'm watching the most. So clearly, I just need to stop watching and just guess more, you know?
Yeah. So Beans has done the last 2 months.
Or 2 years. Yeah, I can't believe I took the lead. I was like, wow, I'm doing really well when I was watching this live, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, you did.
I had the lead by 1, so. Chucks, you gotta start watching more so you can retake the lead.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's worth it.
I don't blame you. Yeah, what else do you guys want to talk about here? I mean, we've already killed like 40 minutes here. I don't know if there's anything else you want to bring up.
Speaking of watching more, I was totally lied to the other week about Melina coming back.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
That didn't happen.
Maybe
you
Melina
will
was
believe
right.
them dead sheets.
Maybe Melina was right. Like, yeah, I'm not actually coming back. Sorry.
I mean, she did say it, but, still. I've noticed PWI didn't mention anything afterwards. They didn't say, yeah, how bad. We got that one wrong. Turns out she's not coming back.
You mean they didn't issue a correction?
They just left it.
Unheard of.
Unheard of.
Yeah, so on SmackDown, they basically made the main event for Hell in a Cell.
Oh, God.
Which is going to be Roman Reigns against Jey Uso.
Again.
Wow. So they can't throw the towel in.
He did say that the stakes are going to be too high or something to that effect. So there's going to be some kind of stipulation on it, but it's not said what yet. But yeah, that's essentially going to be the main event. Apparently the other main event is going to be Sasha and Bayley.
Okay, yeah.
Boo. I do not care about Sasha and Bayley. I'm sorry. Too little, too late.
I can see that. I can see both arguments really, because they obviously didn't do it yet because they were popular at the time.
Yeah.
But then, as you say, it's a bit late now. But
their opportunity was like when the Dr. Shelby stuff was coming into play, I feel.
The other thing from SmackDown, the mystery woman was revealed. It's Carmella.
Yeah. Like everybody.
No one saw that coming.
Like everybody predicted.
Yeah.
What was the point? Was it just like, hey, Carmella's back or whatever? She's Emelina now.
Yeah, she's now posh apparently, and then
okay.
I don't really get it myself.
Yeah, I don't
NXT Takeover is tomorrow.
Yes.
Been a fairly big week for NXT news actually. First one come out earlier on in the week that they are no longer going to be doing NXT at Full Sail as of this week.
They're going to put it in the Thunderdome.
Well, there's thought that the takeover might be at the Thunderdome. But going forward from this week, the regular shows are going to be at the Performance Centre.
Didn't the
Why?
Thunderdome deal run out?
Not yet. It's the end of the month.
Oh, it's the end of this month. I thought it was the end of last.
Okay. But yeah, no, they've actually stopped the deal with Full Sail at University. So they won't be doing shows there anymore. There was a bit of talk that the Thunderdome might actually let some fans in for this takeover on Sunday.
No.
But yeah, that was quickly denied by several people. And the bit of big news, apparently, WrestleMania, if it happens in April, there's some pretty big talk now that they're actually going to put everything back a gear. So rather than WrestleMania being in LA, was it going to be?
Yeah.
It's going to be in Tampa.
Because Tampa missed out this year.
Yeah.
And Florida are more likely to actually do a show than California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Apparently WWE have booked all kinds of venues for whenever it is around April.
Yeah.
I've also heard an idea. I don't know if it's it's probably nothing to it. They could do it in Saudi.
No.
Mm.
No.
It's possible.
Honest, it wouldn't surprise me if it's doable and it's clean over there and they can do
the greatest WrestleMania ever in Saudi Arabia. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't possibly see him doing Mania there. I could definitely see him doing a show there before Mania. Even if they go there for a couple of weeks and do Raw and SmackDown over there.
No. Not the greatest Raw and SmackDown in Saudi Arabia.
As big or bigger than WrestleMania.
Yeah. No.
Hey, if we get clean, we might end up having it over here.
That's fine. I don't mind an extremely British WrestleMania or Raw or SmackDown, but Saudi Arabia, I don't know. Man. It's a bit of a stretch. I mean, it's possible. It is 2020. Anything can happen.
Yeah, well, I said, I think it all depends on the virus itself. If wherever it happens to be, Saudi Arabia anyway, they can find somewhere that'll let fans in and do a show there, they'll go there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even if it's on a boat.
I mean, there was talks about that for SummerSlam.
There was.
I mean, they could
Jericho
still do that.
Cruise?
Yeah. Hey, just partner up with the Jericho Cruise people. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Biggest crossover imaginable.
Did I see what I did see? It's on AEW this week. Next week, they're doing a 30th anniversary special for him.
Yeah. And he's going to be
That should be
facing
interesting.
Luther and Serpentico with, I think, Sammy in his corner.
That feels like it should be a really big event, but this is nothing against it. Well, this is nothing against AEW because it's not their fault, but just by the fact that it's going to happen on AEW and not in WWE. So they can't use any of his footage, and they can't.
Right, yeah.
It can't be Jericho, really. For the past 30 years, anyway, you can only have Jericho from the last year.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. That's a bit of a shame. I think he'd probably want a bigger thing than that, but I guess they'll do what they can.
Pretty much what do you have to do during these uncertain times?
I think that's it. I think we've covered everything.
Alright, there you go. Let's see if there's
really everything?
Any news? feel like there might be something we might be missing out here. Carmella addresses negative feedback over her return. I mean,
I did see WrestleMania has been nominated. WrestleMania 35 is nominated for Sports Event of the Year award, which, sports event. Maybe not.
Let's see here.
Not much other sporting events going on. What else has happened? There was a Super Bowl.
There was.
WWE's cameo agreement.
Oh yeah, that's an ongoing thing. I thought they kind of sorted that out, that you could use your own name but not your stage name. And now they're saying that they own the real names as well or something again. They're going back to it.
Well, the story I read that they're going to take over anyone who hasn't changed the name. Basically anyone who's still got WWE trademarks.
Yeah.
On their accounts, they're going to be taking over their accounts.
Yeah, Wrestling Inc. has obtained details from an agreement that WWE stars have to sign in regards to their cameo account, saying that talent affirm that WWE is their authorized representative. Talent authorized Cameo to make all payments and any other compensations to WWE. Cameo will not be made a party in any dispute between the talent and WWE. Authorization can be canceled at any time, only if the account is canceled. In regards to Twitch, Wrestling Inc. also noted that WWE will own those accounts. However, talent will receive a percentage of the revenue, which counts against their downside guarantees. That seems like shit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, first off, Twitch takes a cut from like subs and all that, and then WWE's going to have to take a cut from that as well. So it seems like they're not going to be making. That's really shit, man. I really hope they. I don't know. It's not right. I'll just say that. Fucking unionize already.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Paige has been quite vocal on Twitter.
Oh yeah, what did she say?
Twitch is my place where I built with my wonderful fans, a place where people can go and feel some positivity and a little bit of normalcy. Fun, interactive, non-judgmental. I'm proud of what I built my fan base. Difference is I grinded for 15 years with my fan base that I brought to Twitch. Not for bitter people like you. Work hard and she's just having a rant, basically.
Yeah.
I get what she means, though. She's obviously not happy and she's getting it.
She changed her name, so she's not marketing off of the name potential. It's just...
No, that's the bit that I don't get. How can you take over if they're independent contractors?
Right.
They're not working for a competing company.
Right. Well, Twitch is the competing company, obviously.
But they're not in competition with WWE. They don't do the same thing.
Exactly.
Which, as independent contractors, you should still be able to do anyway. But even given that, they're not. It's not like they're working for AEW or even UFC.
Right.
This is a different, and they're not selling. Like, if they were selling merchandise, maybe there's something in the contract about that you can't sell merchandise because WWE sells T-shirts and whatever. They're doing something totally different that WWE doesn't provide. They don't do a streaming service or a, Cameo, whatever.
Right.
So how are they? I don't get that.
Andrew Yang said something along the lines of hearing from talent that WWE is forcing performers to sign new contracts that include Twitch. Streaming on Twitch will become a work obligation. If talent doesn't stream, they will forego earnings, be suspended, or face penalties. Doesn't sound like independent contractors.
No, it doesn't.
He's not wrong. I don't know. I find it. What's his source? Is what I want to know. Why is Andrew Yang suddenly a dirt sheet representation here of some kind? Like, what the hell? Yeah, I think the whole thing is kind of fucked, if you ask me. So
seems that way.
What else? JBL talks about how the APA was formed. Why WWE still advertised Nikki. Status of Raw Underground. Here we go. Dave Meltzer said there's been a policy within WWE for decades to continue. Oh, right. Okay. No Raw Underground segment on this week's Raw due to several of the NXT trainees used for the segments coming in contact with someone that tested positive for COVID-19. Meltzer wrote that the word we're getting is that it's not finished, but all is subject to change. So it sounded like wrestlers A, B, C, D, and E, and F kind of got in contact with G, H, I, J, K for Raw Underground there. Is basically what I'm getting from that. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think that's about it. So if there's anything else, feel free to chime in.
Oh, did Strowman ever have that match with the other huge guy?
Dabba-Kato?
Yeah, what happened with that?
Did he? No, I think it was supposed to be on this Raw, wasn't it? Or was it last week's Raw? I don't know. The kind of nations of one.
But it didn't happen.
Didn't happen, no.
Ah.
I did read apparently Raw Underground was an idea. It was originally going to be NXT Underground.
Oh.
Which might have worked out a bit better, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm not sure how it ended up getting on Raw.
There you go. Rock made an announcement that XFL's coming back in 2022. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's really about it, really.
Yeah, it's not much else happening, is there?
No, not much. Like I said, if there's anything else you guys want to add that you can come up with?
No, that's it.
No.
Alright, well,
A slow week.
Yeah, but kind of a slow week on news here. We kind of finished a bit early. I mean, we're just about under the hour mark, but there you go. So I guess with that, we'll be back next week, hopefully. Thank you for tuning in. We'll hopefully have Beans back. I don't know. He had, like, I guess a rough week or something. He only caught, like, the first hour of the pay-per-view. But, yeah, hopefully we'll have him back next week, and, yeah, we'll have some sort of normalcy here around here. So, until then, see you then. Have a great one. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Good night.